Arnold Palmer. Delicious.
Arnold Palmies. Arnold Palmies. I know what you're thinking. Because of the beard. It's gonna be hair everywhere. Shaved.
Shave for me. Shave for me, Daddy.
Brett Gelman is so funny.
I know. He's so great.
He's so underrated, and he should be in more stuff.
Did you watch Love?
Oh yeah,
the TV show.
Yeah, when he's fucking her in like the fourth or fifth episode, or no, it's like the second or third episode.
Yeah, I think it's the second episode,
and she like
40-minute long episode.
Yeah, and she like makes him come. Yeah, inside of her. Yeah, or she comes. She's like, I came. You can't fire me now.
yeah.
Love is that was a show that I hated for the first episode, and then by the end of this, I kept watching it, and I was like, this is a good show.
I love it. I love
it. I actually restarted watching it last week, and I made it all the way to second season.
Yeah, it's a bummer it got canceled. Like every other,
they still got 4 seasons out of it, right?
3.
Was it 3?
Every Judd Apatow show gets canceled.
It's bullshit, dude.
The thing, though,
Freaks and Geeks.
The reason why I didn't like it though is because I didn't like to look at Paul Rust.
Yeah, he's so ugly that it's hard.
Is that the main guy?
Yeah,
he's
funny.
But he's also the writer, so it's like everything that he's in, he kind of writes himself as the lead, and it's always unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
except
for Love is believable because Jillian Jacobs' character is so screwed up.
Right.
That you could see someone as hot as her, having the thing that she has with him in the first season because she's so though is the hot actress that he also gets, and you're like,
that's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Who, by the way, I love her.
There's so many shows that have that romantic triangle, right? The other girl, the other guy. The OC did it too with
bro. Yeah. Oh, when didn't they do it?
But I mean, like in every show that has that, I always root for the other girl. Always.
Yeah, because no one likes fucking Marissa Cooper. Nobody.
No.
If you do, you're fucking lying to yourself.
I also he's a lot like Adam Sandler, right? Where he makes himself like. So the girls in Love are hot, and he's horrible to look at. Yeah. But he wrote it, so he's the love interest. Adam Sandler does that too. Adam Sandler's like, in this movie, I'm married to Selma Hayek.
That was really good.
Oh, I'm married to Selma Hayek.
Oh my god! I'm glad we're recording for that.
Well,
that needed to be on record, and that needs to be on record. I need to share this real quick, by the way. Can
keep going.
When we do the cut in, right? Like the intro, can you it just cut straight into you doing that exact Adam Sandler thing you just did? In this movie, I'm dating Selma Hayek.
I got it.
Yeah, so hold on. Let me get this share up, baby.
I love the way he screams bullshit though in all of his movies. This is bullshit.
In every movie, is there a montage of that? There has to be.
Oh yeah.
Let me get this.
Whoops. Come on, man.
God, how do you share shit these days?
You can't. I'm trying to figure it out too.
Are you doing it from your phone or from your laptop?
I was doing it from my phone.
It's so hard now.
It's because they don't want the world to. They don't. The world doesn't want. Oh, it's right here on the left.
On the left.
It's like down in the you can write a comment and then it says share on the left.
Oh, mine's on the right, not on the left. But then it says more options, share via.
Mine says right post.
That's what I need, but I don't have that.
I got it.
I'm gonna just do it from my phone because that sounds easier.
Yeah.
Cool. Now,
go on our journey as we figure out how to use technology.
I shared my profile easily.
But shut the fuck up. I actually did it with zero problems. Why do they change all the time though? That's what I don't get.
They change the layout once a month.
Derek's like, they don't, man. They literally don't.
It feels like they do.
Why do they change where the button's at every week, Derek?
It feels like we do have this problem every week.
I feel like my mom is haunting Zach right now.
Did you find it?
Kinda. Well, I didn't.
Go to my profile.
Just go share. Yeah, go share it from one of ours.
I think I just did. Hold on. I think I just did.
Are you crying?
Yeah. Well, I didn't.
Sports.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Zach crying. Apparently I didn't. Hold on.
What do you guys think about my like Superman thing going on?
Oh, I like it. You look like Clark Kent.
Yeah. You got any glasses that I can borrow?
Yeah.
When I'm out being a news reporter? Yeah.
Does he wear Man of Steel? I guess he only joins the Daily Planet at the end of Man of Steel, huh?
No, no.
They don't really do Clark Kent as a reporter in it, do they?
I think you're right. I think not really.
Kind of at the end, they show him with the glasses on and the shirt, and he opens it up, and it has the logo. So that's
I'm kind of like
time they do it. So they don't really have a scene where he's kind of bumbling around as Clark Kent in the Daily Planet.
In my brain, I'm like crossing Superman Returns and that movie.
But then again, you know what? She knows who he's Superman the whole time, though.
Yeah, she does.
And they don't do in Man of Steel. They throw that out quick.
Yeah, they're like, fuck this. Yeah. Because it doesn't make any sense.
No.
So here's my problem, guys. Is that when I hit share, it doesn't give me the option to share from my page.
I don't know, man.
Is what I'm running into. Oh, never mind. I figured it out. Wow, fucking stupid. So stupid. How am I a functional human being at all?
Like, I'm gonna share it again, and I'm gonna share it from Derek's end.
Are you trying to lap me?
Yeah,
I shared it twice before you could share it once.
And I didn't even write words the first time, and I wrote "We are live" the second time.
The first time I wrote words, and I actually just shared it to the sports program page. And then the second time, I didn't even bother posting words because I just gave up.
Hey, man, I liked your post.
It's very good.
Thanks, man. I haven't had a like in a while.
Well, I like you.
Red, in this film, I'm romantic. Selma Hayek.
It's the sports program on TSPN with Derek, Zach, and Sean, who's been here the whole time. Head over to timespentpoorly.com and give the show a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and help move this show into more people's suggested lists. This show is also streamed live on many platforms, including YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. Follow and subscribe so you don't miss out on an opportunity to chat in and give the guys a piece of your mind during the broadcast. Want to support the show? Great! Go to patreon.com/timespentpoorly to see how you can do that. And now it's my pleasure to bring you the hosts of the sports program on TSPN, Derek, Zach, and Sean.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the show.
I finally stopped crying, so that's great.
You had a good 30 seconds to mop up those happy tears.
This is
they were just happy tears.
Second week in a row, we're back at it. That feels good. Feels good.
Consistency is the key.
Consistency. We're back. And it's been the draft. It's been
consistency
is key.
I think real quick. So Zach, you were kind of saying a structure for this. Should we go around the board and at least say whether or not we're happy or not with our team's picks?
How have you guys been? But how have you guys been doing with this draft? Have you actually had it on? Have you just been following it online on your phone? In the background, maybe?
I don't know if you guys saw, but I guessed I was on Randy's live stream.
Yeah.
For
I wanted to watch that, but I was drunk at a bar.
So I didn't know that we were streaming the whole thing. I thought we were just getting doing some pre-picks and then just let the show happen. And I didn't know it was we were doing the whole event, which was 4 hours. So I got real drunk.
And you went over to his place to do it?
No, we did it StreamYard.
But you had your.
And he had another network on there too. Bunch of really funny guys. I mean, it was a good time. But Pittsburgh only had one pick. So had I not been doing that stream, I probably would have watched 1 through 10, and then tuned in again to watch Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
because 1 through 10, it seems like it's always exciting, whether there's trades or not. It's almost like the anticipation that there might be. And there really only was. I mean, one happened before the draft, which was San Francisco, right? Mm-hmm. And then there was the Bears going to 10 to get Fields?
Was big, yeah.
So that was awesome, but it was also just like in the top 10, at least, it seemed like every team got their guy, and that was pretty cool. It didn't seem like anyone really screwed it up. My only questionable top 10 might have just been, and I think a lot of people will echo this comment, is the Bengals not getting a lineman for Joe Burrow, right?
Yeah, they got a wide receiver, right?
Well, they got Chase who played with him at LSU, his top dog, which, I mean, there was a lot of that, right? Like Clemson put together ETN. They went and got ETN, so they had like that relationship. Tua got his receiver back. Like everyone kind of like made these connections with former college teammates. But it just seemed like Penei Sewell made more sense. Like Chase is probably hands down the best wide receiver, but Penei Sewell just seemed like more of a need, especially after last year where they got a great receiver like T. Higgins in the second round. Like they already showed that that's possible.
Yeah.
And
Higgins went off.
I think so. And now they're going to have Boyd, Higgins, and Chase, which is awesome, right? But they got to have some time to get him the ball.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You got to keep Joe healthy. He's precious cargo.
And he's already...
He's been hurt now.
Yeah.
So how did you guys watch it?
I watched it on TV. Full. I actually put in the full first round on TV.
Yeah, I watched all the way till the Browns pick, and then maybe a couple after.
Second round, I was out yesterday, friends in town, but I definitely had that YouTube TV going. As soon as I got out, I connected to the Wi-Fi and I put it on.
I haven't watched any other round. I just followed. I do have it on now, but I just went with the updates on it.
Yeah, and then today, actually, before we started, I had a real good time watching it, actually. So I got a little caught up. I actually think even through the fourth round, like there's still some quality picks happening. Like I'm not usually this excited with each pick throughout the draft, but it does seem like we're building pretty well. And that really made me think when I was watching this because, and I brought it up to you guys before we started, but like the Raiders, right? They got a ton of flack if you watch any of the ESPN broadcasts for drafting a left tackle who's going to be a guard, and he wasn't projected to be until like the mid-second or third round as a pick, and they took him in the first. But then when you actually see like holistically how a team drafts, their draft is pretty good. They addressed multiple safety needs. They drafted another safety out of Virginia Tech. They're going to play as a linebacker. Like they've built the defense that they needed to build. And I think you have to realize, like, Derek, you've said it like 4 years in a row that it's like these guys know what they're doing. Yeah. We can say I saw so much on Thursday like Mayock's an idiot. Our team doesn't draft well because for some reason we know a lot of Raiders fans. I don't know how that happens, but maybe everyone does.
They're like a little rat. They're like rats. They're burrowed in. They're everywhere.
I think sometimes teams can make a huge, massive mistake, right? And you go like, what are you doing? I still think, the Browns number 1 could have taken like Saquon Barkley, and then number 4 probably still got Baker Mayfield.
Oh yeah, like that. Yeah,
like that year, go Saquon number 1, then take your quarterback, because Sam Darnold, even if they couldn't get Baker, Sam Darnold, like that year. But even though, obviously it's been a success, it's just you could have had Saquon Barkley also.
I don't know, though. Nick Chubb is pretty beastly.
I think the way things worked out for them in particular is just fine because they ended up with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, True. So, like, originally you'd say, in hindsight, they should have done what you said. But now in this year, where Saquon's been hurt 2 times, and he's on a contract year, so you'd have to decide if you wanted to pay him. It's the way they went accidentally ended up being better.
Yeah. But they knew. The Browns knew. They knew.
They have had a very good draft.
I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, when we were going to talk about our teams, I was like, what team does Sean even talk about first anymore?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Both drafts have actually been phenomenal for both teams. Yeah.
San Francisco's draft, I think, were you a little nervous about Trey Lance? It didn't seem like you knew a lot about him, so maybe you were in a little sketch.
That's the thing is, I think you had mentioned his name once, but we kept talking about Mac Jones.
Dude, smokescreen the whole time.
Yeah. And that's the thing, too. I shared that video with you guys, and Kyle Shanahan's on the phone with Trey, and he's like, Did you even know? Did you even have an idea? So
he's like, no.
Yeah.
But here's what's fucked up about that. He used another human as a smokescreen. who by the way, there's no point where I thought Mac Jones was a top 10 talent. I actually don't even think he's a 15 talent to the Patriots. Good for them for getting him. He seems like a good fit there, but I don't even think he's a first round talent. And so to use a guy and make him believe for weeks that he's going to be the 3rd pick in the NFL draft, and he's a smart, good kid. Like you can definitely tell. But when he's walking up to Goodell, he like shakes his hand and he goes, "It's where I wanted to go anyways." Like that snide comment.
Yeah,
you could tell he was stewing. You could tell he was back there just stewing.
No one wants to go to the Patriots right now. Nobody.
No, I do believe that's where he wanted to go. Man, really? They went and invested. They got 2 tight ends in free agency. They got a couple receivers in free agency. They brought back all those defensive players who sat, man. They are going to
be a contender.
And the winningest Super Bowl coach of all time.
Yeah.
I think they're going to figure it out, but I don't actually think he passes Cam anytime soon.
Yeah.
My favorite part of the entire draft, I don't know if you guys saw it, was literally just Mac Jones speed walking up to the commissioner. He waddled, man. You can't even call that a walk, what he was doing. It was some awesome flamboyant shit. Really enjoyed it. It was like a pace walk, and his hands were literally flapping.
Yeah, I saw it too.
His hands were flapping. But Kyle Shanahan, I got the right guy, I think. And it makes sense, right, why they kept Jimmy G now. Because if you're taking a guy who they said if Mac Jones comes, he's going to start day 1, right? Well, they drafted Trey Lance, who's going to need some time. So now Jimmy G probably starts the entire season. And I hope he does.
And I hope it's an odd year, so he's going to have a good year.
If he stays healthy, he's going to have a good year, like in general. But that team's pretty loaded. My team drafted right afterwards. They took Kyle Pitts, which I said all week, Trey Lance or Kyle Pitts, no other option. For me, no other option because the rumor was they wanted too much to trade down. The smart choice is trade down, collect picks, get defense. We need defense and offensive linemen. We took care of the center in the 3rd round. But as soon as Trey Lance went off the board, they got their pick in like that, which means they were thinking the same way I was. It was one or the other. They got Kyle Pitts immediately. But the reason they wanted Trey Lance, by the way, and this is why I think Kyle Shanahan was doing this smoke screen so Atlanta Falcons don't like try to move up at all, right? They're going to think that he's going to fall to him so they don't make any moves. The reason that's what they were going to do is yesterday, the very next day, they signed A.J. McCarron as their backup quarterback, which means they were leaving that spot open
for Trey Lance.
Just in case he was there. But I'm happy.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want a new quarterback yet, even though if I did want a new quarterback, it would have been Trey Lance.
Yeah.
If I did.
So the thing I am the most excited about, Trey Lance is cool. Is Aaron Banks amazing? The guard?
I mean, it's hard to say.
I was excited they got that running back.
Dude, in the third round. And it makes sense. Uncle Tevin's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is gone? And Mostert wants to get paid, probably.
Yeah. Yep.
He came back though, right?
We have Mostert, Gallman, and
Wilson. Oh, he'll play, man.
Yeah.
They'll probably all play. Speaking of running backs, almost all week, not just Derek, but also my dad was saying Najee Harris. Like my dad last weekend, I think was like Najee Harris for sure. Mark my words, this is what's happening. I'm like, I felt like that was they had to do it, right?
Yeah.
Even if you're under the impression don't draft a first round running back, I feel like they had to. They had to lay the law down.
And it was first round, but it was the 24th pick. I mean, it was a good place to pick him.
Yeah, and I think I was torn between him and the North Carolina running backs because there was two on like if my team was going to draft a running back who I would want. But yeah, I think they wanted to establish that they have like Le'Veon 2.0. Like they just wanted to say like, this is our culture. We're sticking to it.
Yeah. Well, and then to go along with that, I actually really like what they've done with the rest of it too. They've like every position, pretty chalk, as you say.
Yeah.
Everything they picked is just needs they needed. They needed a new tight end because we had McDonald retire.
Mm-hmm.
We needed a guard, needed offensive tackle. Got Pouncey retired. I mean, like they've filled some spots there, and now they're going defense, which is just that's what they do. We needed a few defensive pieces because like Bush got hurt. Like we need to be thinking about like when those key players get hurt. I like everything the Steelers have done in the draft.
Yeah, I've heard good things about the tight end they got in the second round. You're right. They went lineman, and then defense. So it's like they know what they're doing. They always seem to know what they're doing. So anytime someone so I think you and my dad were both on the down with the Najee Harris pick, and I feel like Sean was more don't draft the first round running back mindset. But once you look at it in a whole, like holistically, now they've gotten 5 picks in, right?
Yeah.
I think they did exactly what they wanted to do. And this goes back to what I was saying with the Raiders about people saying they reached on a lineman. Well, if that's their biggest need and they don't have anyone graded higher, oh, Randy, I'm getting to that. They're my next topic because the Jets killed it, are killing it, in the middle of killing it. But the Raiders. So if they don't have anyone graded higher, then they're not reaching. That's just what Mel Kiper and these people on ESPN who have never drafted a player in their life are saying because they made a list with grades on it. But so do these teams. And if they have different grades, like we don't know what they're grading these players. So if they don't see anyone else on their list in a position of need who is graded higher and they don't believe that he's going to be there the next time around, you got to grab him, especially if no one's willing to trade with you. So they must not have gotten a trade down, and they went with the guy that they had rated the highest on their board. And I think the Jets draft was awesome. Yes, they did get Michael Carter, who was like the smaller speed back out of North Carolina. There was 2, but he seems to really fit today's NFL. So I thought their entire draft was good. They went quarterback, obviously.
Yeah.
That's up in the air. If anyone really wants to say they know how Zach Wilson's going to do,
I don't know.
They don't. He's a BYU quarterback. They don't. But what they are doing, which they did not do with Sam Darnold, is they're giving him weapons. Weapons, and they're protecting him. Elijah Vera Tucker, also in the first round, best guard in the draft. Elijah Moore in Ole Miss, who was like somehow dropped out of the first round. And then they got Michael Carter out of North Carolina. Like he is going to have a much better chance to succeed. And then they went safety just to really shore that up. So they knew their weaknesses and they identified them, right? So Jets are, their coach came in and instantly changed the culture is what it kind of seems like.
Yeah.
So they didn't just like have a good draft, they're having a good offseason.
I mean, I can't really think of any team that really screwed up. I mean, really, I thought the Bears made a really good choice by trading up. I mean,
dude, it has to.
They were probably the biggest surprise to me because I was wondering what they were going to do with having Dalton, and so I mean having them trade up, I was like, oh, that's interesting. But I mean, when they took who they took, it made sense.
The only thing is that they gave up next year's first as well.
Yeah.
So it could be good. It could not be good. I don't know, man. Jaguars, obviously, just by the simple fact they got Trevor Lawrence. But I think they've only gotten one lineman so far, and mostly just defense. Actually, pretty much all defense otherwise. So we'll see with them. Are they going to protect the guy? No quarterback is completely able to avoid injuries. I guess that if I had to say two teams that I just haven't really been overall impressed with, probably the Packers and the Colts. The Packers, all this like hostility going on, and then you draft like Eric Stokes in the first round. You're drafting a corner when your quarterback is already extremely unhappy. And then 2 days later, you come out and say he's our quarterback through 2021 and beyond, then make him happy. Every year they don't, though.
Yeah, they never give him a big wide receiver, give him a big target. They won't do it, though.
And I'm sure for talent, they're a good team. They were right. They almost went to the Super Bowl last year, right? So they're probably drafting the best player available at positions they need. But if you're trying to keep your best player happy, maybe just toss them a bone in one of the rounds, right? Just sacrifice a first rounder to make the guy happy.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
No, they did not.
And so I don't.
They ever will.
But does that mean this whole concept of him not getting let go, so he's considering retiring? Do you guys buy that at all?
Well, it's just like last year he had the same kind of drama before the draft, and then they drafted quarterback. So, I mean, it sounds like he's just kind of a miserable sack of shit. So just get rid of him. You had the same story 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I think they're just going to say buck up and play, though, because they know ultimately he's going to.
Yeah, and it's not – they had a great season. Fuck off. What do you –
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the midst of a game of chicken, right?
Yeah.
Neither seems to be budging. And to me, sometimes you hear these rumors and it's like, oh, juicy drama in the offseason. I just don't even care.
Yeah.
Because it's Aaron Rodgers, and it just seems like he's always, like you said, a grumpy sack of shit.
He is, dude. I don't care how good you are. You're a fucking boner.
He's the Adam Sandler of quarterbacks, He's gonna yell at you at some point in the movie.
I'm married to Olivia Munn.
That's believable. I'm 5'7". What does he always yell? Is it "come on" or "all right"? All right.
No, I think he says all of those in Big Daddy.
Every possible thing you could yell at a kid.
Yeah.
I do think Aaron Rodgers was great on Jeopardy.
Me too.
Yeah, that was funny. But they didn't someone call didn't someone make fun of him?
A couple times.
About something? About it was
goal.
yeah.
Who kicked that field goal?
Yeah. He made a good joke about it, and he had a good smile on his face. But it's like it is Aaron Rodgers, though. So in his head, he was like, "You son of a bitch."
Yeah. I know people.
Yeah. That poor dude left the Jeopardy facility a couple hours later to some dude in a ski mask taking his kneecaps out.
Yeah. Let's see you kick a field goal, motherfucker.
Yeah, kick this.
So what I like about the Browns draft is they just are like,
yeah, tell me about the Browns draft.
Well, I mean, they went a lot of defense, man, and that's exciting because their defense was already a little scary. Yeah. And then they did get an O-line player.
Well, and so here's the thing about this team is they also went and got a couple of O-linemen, I believe 2 of them from, was it the Raiders in the offseason? So they already had a good line. They already have a good defense. They just made their strengths stronger. And what we've learned in the last, at least I have in the last 4 or 5 years, is that's the teams who really go off the next year. Is the teams that didn't have a weakness, which makes sense, right? But even if they did, they're not drafting the weakness. They're just getting even better at what they already do great. They're going to have an elite defense. They're going to have backups on their elite defense. A few of these guys might actually see the field. If not, they're just going to have a really, they're going to end up being really good special teams players. Browns are scary, man. But once again, that's interesting because the Steelers also got their identity back a little bit. So,
well, that's it. Yeah, that's just the thing is the division that was really strong last season is just stronger now.
Yeah.
And second year Joe Burrow, I don't know if that'll ever mean anything. They also drafted a kicker in the 4th round. I don't know if you guys saw that. It was a very funny exchange between Mel Kiper and who's the younger one? Oh God, I don't know why I can't remember it right now. Todd McShay. McShay. So Todd McShay has definitely even become the younger superior though in this situation. Todd McShay, if you watch the ABC broadcast instead of the ESPN broadcast, the ABC broadcast had McShay and the college football guys, and he nailed the first round. He had a couple of misses, but I've never seen someone so in the zone on calling what's going to happen next. Kiper did okay. He had the Fields trade to the Bears, so that was one cool one. But today they're talking about kickers, and Todd McShay goes, "I don't actually analyze kickers. I have people that can tell me what his strengths and weaknesses are, but I can't look at a kicker and break down their film." And Mel's like, "Oh, I do my own kicker analysis," and then the banter that happened from that, it was kind of McShay just going, "You're so full of it, you're so full." You could tell he wanted to say, "You're so full of shit, man," because he's like, yeah, and he's actually not even the highest kicker that I evaluated, so I think we're all just kind of surprised. I think McShay is just surprised that he's the first kicker off the board, but McShay's like, I don't really know.
Yeah.
I don't really know. You don't see that a lot, though.
You analyzed him, did you? That's what. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, comparing his kick to a golf swing, and I'm like, sure. I don't know a better analogy. So
honestly, if he made that up on the spot, though,
we wouldn't know.
Hats off, dude. Yeah. Was he the first kicker drafted in the this year?
This year, yeah. You don't. Some drafts you don't know if you'll even see one.
Yeah,
that's the thing. And if you do, it's really near the end.
And he did it in around 5.
If there's ever a year where you see 3 kickers and a punter go, take a shot for sure. That's just you deserve it. But I guess it does happen. At least we're not at the days anymore where you're seeing Janikowski go in the first round to the Raiders. Those days are over, at least. But
yeah, and I'm still surprised that. I knew they would go Najee Harris, but I still, even with the running back that in the first round, I was still like, well, it's still. I think if they would have had the 10th pick, I don't know if they would have taken Najee Harris. I don't know if they would have taken a running back. They probably would have went
Probably not.
They probably would have went like defense or offensive line. They probably would have then taken a different running back later. But I think because they were so late in the first round, they were more comfortable with taking the running back.
Yeah, if they would have had an early second, so I think I mentioned it near like the top of the show, but Javonte Williams, who went to the Broncos, he's the other North Carolina running back, the bigger one. He was my favorite of the whole draft, so I think that's awesome for the Broncos. You can tell the Broncos are leaning in because they also drafted Surtain. Was it Surtain in the first? No, they drafted. Is it Horn's kid? I could be wrong. I'm trying to remember which corner they drafted now. I'm like, oh, it was Pat Surtain for sure. Okay, so a lot of people thought they might go quarterback, but you can tell they're going safe, right? They went and got Teddy Bridge. They got a good stable of backs. They're going to play defense. They have a young receiving core. I think they know what they're going to be. They're not going to get in shootouts with the Chargers, who had the best draft so far, by the way. They're not going to get in a shootout with the Chargers. They're not going to get in a shootout with the Chiefs, and they're not even going to get in a shootout with the Raiders. Like, they're just going to play defense. They're going to have a bunch of good cornerbacks. They're going to get a good pass rush. They're going to play different because I think they know they got the fourth best quarterback in the division, and that's going to stay that way for a while.
Justin Herbert's a freak.
Dude, they had a nasty draft.
Look at
they nasty. Right now. Yeah, I think just like going out and getting, second best lineman in the draft. I think they built on that. So yeah, protect the guy. Maybe what the Bengals should have done. I don't know. We'll see. Bengals
they got somebody, didn't they? The Bengals did grab something.
Later on, yes. But they already have a couple of 23-year-old tackles who were also not first rounders. Like, they already have that. So the main reason I was jealous of the Chargers, though, is they got Asante Samuel Jr. out of Florida State, who's the corner that I wanted. I know the Falcons needed to go safety probably in the second. And we ended up going corner in either the third or the fourth. I think it was the third. But Asante Samuel was the dude. So, yeah, Chargers, man. And they lost their tight end. They addressed that.
Yep.
And then they went defense. So
what have the Cowboys done?
Well, the Cowboys got the best linebacker and maybe best defensive player overall in the draft in the first round.
The Micah Parsons?
Micah. Yeah. He dude's a stud. Get a guy like that at 12, which was awesome because I don't know if you guys saw this, but they literally traded in division with the Eagles. So yeah, Eagles swapped him 10-12. And if you're the Cowboys and you already knew you were going to get Micah Parsons and no one else wanted him, and you also get a third-round pick out of it, that's a win-win for everyone. And I think teams are kind of past the point where they won't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Like, those days are over. So...
Well, yeah, they had 3 picks in the third round. That's, like, pretty wild, right?
Yeah, so, I mean... Cowboys are different than they used to be, man. They're not all flash, and I don't like saying it.
Well, I mean, every fan that came up there to talk was my fucking nightmare.
Yeah. Dude,
their fan was the worst.
Once you get past round 4, I wish, at the bottom line where they just show the picks, sometimes I just wish that was the draft. Like,
man, it makes me miss just how they did it last year. Seeing the coaches and the GMs in the room and Bill Belichick's dog just chilling while he's off somewhere. Like,
yeah, what is he doing back there? I never know what he's doing.
I mean, that was one of the things, honestly, about night 1 though too, where I was like, this didn't have to be 4 hours. Dude, there was several of those times, like the pick is in, like, why are we still talking about the last guy still? Like, you're showing more highlights again. Move on, dude. This should have been 2.5 hours.
I have no problem with the 5-minute clock. What I have a problem with is the pick's already in, and then they're like, we're going to talk about it, the last one, and then we're going to go to commercial, and then they come back, so then that's 4 extra minutes, and then they put in the pick, and I'm like, you do realize you're actually giving the next team, even though they don't know what this pick is, you're actually giving the next team more time. It's really not 5 minutes. It's really not.
It's 10.
It was a 4-hour first round. They milked. The NFL is milking, and ESPN are milking every dime out of this thing, man.
Yeah.
I don't need this extra stuff.
That was so long.
I didn't need Kings of Leon playing 3 songs before it started. I didn't need Kings of Leon playing 1 song before it started. Mm-hmm. I don't need Kings of Leon.
Yeah.
I don't need them. Mm-hmm. They're nice to have, so then you have it. Yeah. But
I mean, if they come on the radio and I don't have a choice, I'm not going to change it. But yeah.
But you do have a choice because the radio has multiple stations. Are you saying your radio is broken on Kings of Leon 88.9?
What if your old truck is radio's broken and it's stuck on
Kings of Leon station?
Your Kings of Leon XM cassette tape got stuck in the
for sure. XM. I have that.
Kings of Leon music. Check. We've got Kings of Leon.
Yeah, stay tuned after the song for a translation of what he said, because we know you don't understand it.
Yeah.
Up next,
I only know the one song.
Stay tuned for a 30-minute translation of the lyrics.
I know 2 songs, I guess.
I had a friend that was a really big Kings of Leon fan.
I got a couple albums saved on my Spotify.
Yeah, but I won't admit it.
But I did it. I just admitted it.
What's that?
I just admitted it.
Or whatever.
You're just
a good song. I don't dislike the song. And also, they were on MasterChef one time as like the guest judges, and they're pretty funny dudes.
I guess they used to be like kind of more like a punky, rock band.
But anytime you're referring to a band and like using the sentence used to be, then they probably shouldn't be opening the NFL draft in 2021. Like,
well, I mean, but yeah,
they're just trying to stay away from anybody who could do absolutely anything controversial at this point.
Yeah, they're not going to bring up politics.
No, or like shake their butt against another person or come out wearing a spacesuit.
Yeah, I'm sorry that Shakira and J-Lo gave everybody an erection at halftime.
Yeah, they got the people going.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I just don't think they want Lady Gaga coming down from the rafters again or whatever, like a spider, man. Lady Gaga. Yeah,
they're trying to go back to that white bread, Southern football.
They're like, we got just the guys. Kings of Leon. Kings of Leon.
Had the Weeknd do the Super Bowl.
This isn't the Super Bowl, though. This is the NFL draft, man. Not the same crowd.
I think they regretted that, too. Because I sure fucking did.
I think we all hated it.
I hated it.
I'm just saying that to be agreeable, but I don't know if I actually agree with you.
Yeah, I hated it. I hated it. I hated that you had, like, mummies running around.
The masks were my favorite part.
I hated the Super Bowl overall.
Yeah. I'd say one of the worst Super Bowls ever. No,
I didn't like it.
Rams Patriots, worst Super Bowl all time.
Dude, we literally lived through the worst Super Bowl ever.
Yeah, we did.
Literally.
Hard to watch TV.
Yeah.
Hard to watch.
It makes me wonder, like, do I watch the Super Bowl anymore?
You know you're going to. Shut the fuck up.
I know.
Do I watch the most watched thing in America? Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah. Even if you're just drinking and not paying attention and talking to your buddies, you're still gonna watch it.
I mean, I'm there. I'm still there 50% for the food anyways. I want nachos and, wings. So
yeah.
I went to the Beal residence this year and they had a great spread. Great spread. I also made 3 different kinds of wings, brought them over. It was a great spread.
What did you have to drink?
What was I drinking? I had a hodgepodge of things, man. It was
okay.
It was a real mixer.
We made ribs from scratch, man, and they were so good.
I believe you, man. I know your rib skills.
I don't even remember what I did.
Ribbed for my pleasure.
Probably just had chips and salsa and Little Smokies.
We had a prop bet board, which I'm sure most people listening would be like, yeah, duh, everyone does. But maybe you guys didn't do it. And I don't know if you're familiar, but you put like 20 different prop bets up on a wall, on a board, and everyone can circle like this or that, right? Like high or low, yes or no. Do you think it's going to happen? What's the overall over-under on something? Different prop bets. And you can also put how much you're willing to like bet on each of them, right? And so everyone like pulls their money. It's just like a couple bucks on each, right? But like if there's 10 of you and 7 of them pick one side and 3 of you pick the other, then you get to split up that like the 7 people's money that they put in. So it was pretty fun to do. I mean, ultimately, like most people only like won or lost $20, but it's fun. Gets you to actually pay attention the whole time because like it's stupid stuff. Like when's the first field goal going to be made? Is the first drive going to be a touchdown? Is the weekend going to open the halftime show with a certain song? Like things like that.
Yeah.
Very similar to what we did with Pick'em.
Yeah.
But just for small money. It made it fun.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it again this year.
You're going to watch it.
Well, that's because San Francisco is going to be there.
Yeah, it's going to be your boys versus your boys, probably.
It's going to be Niners-Browns, baby.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do then, huh?
I told you I'm going to get the jersey. I'm going to sew the jerseys together.
But in your head.
The Garappa Field jersey.
Listen here. In your head, though.
I'm going to get that.
In your head.
2 hats.
Yeah, in your head, who would you want?
No, in your head, though, during the game, at some point in the game, your gut and your head are going to say, I fucking hope the Browns score right here. You know what I mean? Like something's going to happen that tells you what you really feel. Who's it going to be?
I just hope it's a good game.
Don't fucking.
I don't know who I would pick, man, because I don't. What are the odds?
If you. Of this happening,
do the math for me real fast.
Dude, of this exact thing happening, like Vegas would give it like a 5,000 to 1 at least. No, 5,000 to 1 is generous.
Yeah,
it's not happening.
You're the Vegas man. That's why I asked.
I mean, we should check right now Vegas odds. I bet they're both in the top 10.
Yeah,
and they're both in the top 10, but the probability of them both making it, but it could happen, and you're gonna have to make a decision, man.
Well, wait. Well, when it does, then we'll talk about it.
If you don't make a decision, we're putting you on timeout. That's all I'm saying. You can be on the episode, but you're muted. You're muted, bud, the whole time, and you're gonna want to say shit. But
I'll get popsicle sticks and cards and all.
Oh God!
I remember when the Steelers played the Seahawks, I remember thinking how surreal that was because everyone around here was a Seahawks fan, and you know, my team's playing them.
Yeah.
And I remember just being like, God, this is so weird. Like, I went to a Super Bowl party where everyone was wearing a Seahawks jersey or Seahawks clothes. And I'm the only guy there wearing Steelers stuff. And I was very hated that day.
Oh, yeah. There's no way to get out of that party without some resentment being thrown your way.
Yeah. Did you leave early just in case?
No, I watched the whole thing. I finished it out.
Oh, I would have basked in it, honestly. That's the type of person I am now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm a real piece of shit when it comes to that.
I'd be passive about it, too. I'd be like, no, you guys played a great game, guys. You guys played a great game. It's just you played against the best team in football. I mean, what do you think was going to happen?
Yeah.
Especially with that game, too, with some of those calls. And it's just people hated everything that happened. And
no one wants to see. Was that Matt Castle?
No, that was
who was the quarterback?
Hasselbeck.
Oh, Hasselbeck.
Hasselbeck, and that was when they had. I mean, what was that? Who was that running back? Alexander.
Number 37.
Yeah, that Alexander, and then they had
Sean.
That was Sean Alexander, and then they had. But it wasn't like Legion of Boom defense.
No, and it was also old Jersey Seahawks.
Yeah.
Back when the Seahawks understood what jerseys should look like.
Yeah,
not neon shit green.
They didn't have neon green at the time.
You don't need highlighter colors in your jersey.
You don't. No. You really don't.
And that goes.
I think this green would be okay. What do you think about that?
But so and then like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, the Timberwolves adopted the same color scheme. And then last year, the Atlanta Hawks started putting highlighter yellow in their numbers. And now the Kraken, who officially got announced for next season for Seattle, their hockey team, I think they're going to have the neon. Just why, guys, we don't need highlighter colors.
Nah.
Anywhere.
That ain't for me.
The only time it's ever worked for me is the Miami Heat with their Vice City looking like pink jerseys.
Yeah.
I liked them last year a lot more than this year. I think this year is a cool concept where it's like the half and half and the color blends in at the middle and it matches the court, but it's also very weird.
Are you wearing your Nets hat?
Yeah.
Let me see. Is this the color I hate? Or did you? Oh no, yeah. I hate this. I hate that font.
You don't like the font?
No, it's not for me. I like the rest of it though. I like the pattern.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about basketball? Is we're past the point of even talking about it because the Nets are going to win a championship.
No,
the only reason why I don't have the Steelers hat on is just because it's like I'm getting to where I need to update. Like it's a little old.
Yeah,
you can feel how old it is when you put it on.
Yeah,
it's as old as that Braves hat there.
That's my third one. Same hat.
Same hat. Do you just is it a flex or is it a snap or what is it?
It's a snap.
Yeah,
it's the snap back or the adjustable back.
That's the adjustable back.
So like the slider, like the old.
Yes, the old. It's the only way to wear a hat.
Dude
wears hats. So I go fitted. Usually, I've made the jump to a snapback though, and I like them a lot. And my next Steelers hat. I used to just get the simple black fitted cap, but I'll probably go snapback on a Steelers cap this time. I like they're a little more loud. I like that.
I like them.
I don't think I look good in them.
I just don't want to be the stereotypical bald dude in a snapback with a beard, dude. I mean,
your hat at this point though would be weird for you to not have that style of hat.
Yeah, I just don't want to be the bald dude with the snapback at the gym wearing sweats. Because there's like 15 of them already.
In your sweat, shit in your pants.
We don't need to talk about when I dumped out at the gym. Not on air. Sorry, Mom.
I don't know if that's real though. I still think that you were kidding. We'll never know though, will we?
I wouldn't throw myself under the bus like that.
I don't know.
I will tell you, I shit my pants once. On my little brother, not on like it was first day, 7th grade. I went up to fart on my little brother and shit came out. And I had to go shower and
this is why Sean's on the show, because we need a nice shit story right at the end.
I'm just trying to think if there's anything else.
Oh, here we go. I found it.
I think that's it.
I found the next one. I'm going to share this.
Your next hat?
Yeah, I found it.
I'm going to order a Browns hat this next season and a Niners hat.
I'll go with...
Switch them out between games.
Have you guys seen my shirt yet? Hold on. I'll wait until this.
Ooh, I like that.
Dude, that's amazing. The Penguins hat that I want is just like that, but Penguins.
I like that.
This a lot. This will be my next one I get.
Maybe I will try a snapback, dude. They're a little cheaper. They still look good.
Yeah, you save like $5.
This one still sticks with what I like for Steelers hats, which is still pretty simple, just black and gold.
This isn't just a sports show; it's also a how to save $5 show.
I also think it's. I think it's. We got sick of talking about the draft, so now we're moving on.
We covered it, man. I thought we did a great job, by the way.
I thought you did great, man.
But I was gonna say, have you seen my shirt? So it looks like an old '80s like rock band T-shirt.
What is it?
It's Woodland Empire, which is my new go-to brewery. And
over Barbarian?
This rock and roll chalice, right here. This rock and roll chalice, it's like a fist, right? Mm-hmm. He's not holding it's just a beer that he's holding.
But it looks epic.
It's supposed to be like a golden goblet.
It looks like a Wonder Woman thing.
It does.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally does.
Cool.
Which is
almost like Flash Gordon a little bit.
Flash!
Has kind of a Flash Gordon feel.
I love it, man. I'm going to go there after this, actually.
Dude, what happened to Barbarian?
You know, I was there yesterday. I paid homage. I paid tribute.
They have a... did you try Fruity Pebble beer?
Oh, I want it, man.
Boys,
Fruity Pebble.
I had it last year.
Yesterday.
You what? Huh?
We did the fire pit yesterday at the house. Just a quick fire. Beautiful.
Oh, we're doing that tonight, baby.
Oh,
we're doing that. We're doing that July 3rd. 4th,
when you guys come up, we'll do the fire pit for sure.
This time of the year is nice though, because it actually cools down at night.
Yeah.
As opposed to the 4th of July when we do it, we're going to make a fire and it's still going to be 97 degrees outside.
Yeah. It was real sweaty last year.
Like, we'll have a fire going, but no one will care to be close to it.
We'll be able to see I think we will. I'm hoping we'll be able to see the fireworks from my front deck. I think we will be able to.
We never even bothered to go check last year. Me and Sean just raged.
Yeah, I was pounding Bud Light Limes and eating Richard's pizza.
If we can't see the fireworks from my deck, I don't really care. But if we can, it's an added bonus of living down where we live.
Agreed.
But I don't, it's fine. I don't care. I'm really there more for you guys to be here. Love that. The room will be set up for it. We'll do a podcast in here. It'll be beautiful. I think we do one of your Twitch stream too.
Yep.
Speaking of Twitch stream,
I'll bring beers for you guys.
We could plug that before you leave.
For Star Wars?
For Tuesday, you're going to be on there for 24 hours.
Yep. Well, Monday night, midnight.
You'll start Monday night at midnight.
Yep. Till midnight.
So do you want to explain what you actually do real quick? Because I'm sure people don't know.
I go to bed as soon as I get off work. So like Monday at like 4 in the afternoon, I'll go to sleep. I'll wake up at 11, shower, and then right at midnight, I'll start episode 1 and then watch all of the Star Wars movies in one sitting. So episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, Solo,
do you go
Rogue
in
One.
Order then? You don't go.
Yeah. I don't do the cookie cutter. Yeah, I do cron.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're showing someone these for the first time, you would do old, and then new. But I think
Release
after that,
date,
you have to watch it.
I would consider the hatchet method, which is like you're kind of jumping around a little bit, but it's good.
Yeah.
See, for me, I would watch the original. Or not the original, but I'd watch the 3 trilogies in order. 1 through 9, and then I would go watch the spin-offs. That's how I would do it.
Yeah.
So kind of like what Derek's saying, like my own version of how I would want.
Or machete order.
Well, so this is how it works out for me really good though is, I have to start drinking during 1 because it's so shitty.
It's so bad.
Episode 2 is just as bad. So I have to start drinking. I'm like, God, this is terrible. And then episode 3, I'm not shit-faced yet. And you're like, yes, finally, it's good. And then I get to watch Solo, my favorite Star Wars movie. And then Rogue One. And then by New Hope, I'm pretty tossed up.
Oh, are you gonna drink that much again this year?
The 30 beers, I don't know. I might just go. I might go 24.
You should cut to 24. Maybe next year cut to 18.
No, always 24. I at least have to have 1 beer an hour. Like and I'm gonna do the.
What are you gonna be drinking?
The Michelob's, baby.
Oh yeah, you could do 20. You could do 24 of those.
Do you want to know the machete order?
Yes.
Yes.
It's A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, Return of the Jedi, and then Force Awakens. Episode 1 is not included.
Okay.
And
so this is just the most enjoyment.
This is it's most enjoyment. It's also for the sake of telling the story, though. So you got A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. Mm-hmm. So the end of Empire Strikes Back, you find out that his dad is Darth Vader.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Then you go into Attack of the Clones, where we're learning more about Anakin as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Revenge of the Sith, where he goes bad.
Yeah.
Then Return of the Jedi finishes off that story.
Mm-hmm.
Then Force Awakens starts the new story.
It's a fair order.
Yeah, I mean it's a good order, and I think this is a little older, so they haven't thrown in like the, 8 and 9,
mm-hmm.
and Solo's not in there. So you'd want to find a way to work in Solo probably, and you'd also want to find a way, I think, to work in Rogue One.
Because those are both. I think Solo's a great movie. A lot of people didn't like it, but
never finished it.
You know what? You could actually do I think to add to the machete order, you could add Rogue One right before A New Hope. Just start off with Rogue One.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could, because it's not like no spoiler, no nothing really. You just kind of just a good story.
Sean, I think what I'm going to do, because I almost watched the whole thing last year. It's pretty brutal at the end. Watching my baby boy struggle like that.
I had someone get on the phone with me finally to keep me going.
Yeah. So what I'm going to probably do during each movie is give you like a fuck, marry, kill situation for each movie, and you have to answer.
Oh, dude, no problem.
I'm not going to give you the full list per movie, but right now I'll give you episode 1. It's Jar Jar Binks.
Okay.
Jar Jar Binks. What's his name? Watto.
Okay. Yeah.
And Anakin's mom.
Okay.
You want to buy a pop right
So
and Anakin's mom.
I'd kill Jar Jar.
Yeah.
I'd fuck Watto. And I'd marry Anakin's mom.
I think I'd kill Anakin's mom because she dies anyways.
Well, no. Well, that's because Uncle Ben was a piece of shit, dude. Or not Uncle Ben.
I'd marry Watto because the dude's got money.
Yeah,
and I'd bang Jar Jar.
See, that's the thing is Watto's gonna pay me for this dick.
Because Jar Jar's got those sweet pursed lips.
I think for May the 4th, I'm just gonna watch one. I'm just gonna choose one to watch. So I'll probably just watch Solo.
Fair.
I'm just gonna watch episode 1.
Yes. So did you ask me the fuck, marry, kill thing because you know you won't be there for that one? Like you won't be awake yet.
I won't be awake yet, so I'll ask you that one now, but I'll give you the rest live.
Yeah, cool.
I already know who I'm going to ask for each movie just thinking about it.
Are you going to stream the game again? Are you going to play a game?
Yeah, I'm just going to play Star Wars Online, the MMO.
Oh, okay, cool. That'll be fun.
I re-downloaded it and hopped on last week, and I'm going to get it going on my StreamYard.
Cool.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited for you. I'm also excited that you're not drinking 30 beers because 28 was rough.
It was.
You got to 28.
Yeah, it was.
Did you actually get to 30 or was 28 the end?
There was 2 beers left when I woke up the next day.
So I remember I remember 28 being the end of the road.
And my kidneys started to hurt. So I stopped.
Derek, what were you just saying?
What are you going to do this year?
I'm going to do 24 Michelob seltzers.
He can do that.
1 an hour.
That's not that bad.
But who knows? I might get excited. I have gin in the house. Who knows?
You're like a living episode of the It's Always Sunny episode where they're drinking the beers on the airplane.
Yeah.
So I'm the boss
to go
hog.
hit the
boss hogs.
Yep.
I'm the boss hog.
Oh God.
It's gonna be awesome.
Charlie orders a cocktail while he's doing it, and he still wins. He's like, I'd like a nice cocktail with my chicken.
Yeah.
Also, the reboot with the all-women reboot is also just as funny. It's super funny.
It's probably the most underrated episode of Sunny because I actually know some people that frowned upon it the same way they frowned on real women reboots. Like, they were like, oh, yeah, it's basically female Ghostbusters. I'm like, that's exactly what they're making fun of.
They're making fun of that.
Yeah, and it is funny because it is true.
And they have the waitress. She has a substance abuse problem.
God damn it! And who's the only actual guy that's in it? Is it Frank? Like they
Frank's
call,
in it.
Yeah, Frank's in it, and then they kind of just like call the rest of the guys.
Yeah,
at some point
they have Frank in it because you have to have one of the original cast.
Oh yeah, that's right. And it's usually like the old one who's not doing much, not doing much else.
Yeah,
that's so genius. I didn't even think about it that way.
All right, boys. Well, we should probably call it so you can get on with your days. Got stuff to work on.
Great show, boys.
We'll go and end the show here, and then we can chat for another second. But
I had to pee.
You could have waited. Everybody for watching the show.
I tried.
Chime in the comments. Let us know what you think about your team's draft picks, or what was your overall feeling from it?
I would like to know what people think.
Weekend, and go Warriors and go Wildcats.
Go Warriors.